Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'm so excited to see you after a long gap. Okay, actually, we're supposed to start the session on the 16th of March. But of course, this is something which is can't tolerate. Some or other devotees were asking, and I also felt a great emptiness for not associating with all of you, wonderful people. So, yes. So, um, So I'm so happy. Then, as you know, so something to remember, all right? Something to remember that I was thinking is, since we are starting a Bhagavatam class, why not we start on a memorable day? Okay. So we understand next year when we're going to celebrate our first year anniversary, what we know, we started next day after Guru Purnima. Yesterday we celebrated Guru Purnima, and today is what they call yesterday we celebrated Guru Purnima, and today is Jagannath Mishra festival. Very auspicious day. Of course, after today, we're just going to have a short, introduction. After that, we continue our class officially next Monday on the 9th of March. Okay. So since I was thinking, okay, why not we just start on auspicious day? Then after that, we continue as per this thing. Okay. I'm so excited to see all of you today. My heartfelt gratitude for all of you joining here. Purna Rupini Mataji, Nagarajan Chalaya Prabhu, Vivan Braja Prema, Krishnadas Prabhu, Nanda Devi Mataji, Lavanya Mataji joining us for the first time. Welcome. Gandhi Mataji, Viknaraj. Welcome. Guru Mataji, Kesavan. Karpia Saras Mataji, Banu. Have I seen you, Banu, before? And who's Vivo 2124? Vivo 2124? If you can identify yourself, be very nice. So we know we are no longer a stranger. Banu, are you there? Just now started with Bhakti Vriksha. And Vivo V2124. I think Vivo V2124, if I'm not mistaken, somebody's father, I think. All right, anyway, no problem. So I hope that we have a two-way conversation and setting the rules, okay, for first-timer who just joined us. Here, Lavanya Mataji, what we do here is we don't rush, okay? We're going to make this Srimad Bhagavatam a journey where we're going to once and for all. Oh, okay. Right, no problem, Banu, no problem. So we are going to make this journey a very beautiful and pleasurable journey, whereby we're going to imbibe into these detailed studies. We're going to go as much detail as possible as what Krishna revealed, as according to how much Krishna wants us to know, because Srimad Bhagavatam is none other than Radha and Krishna combined. Okay, they say how Krishna Bhagavatam is Radha and Krishna. Okay, analogically, they say the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam is white in color and the printing is in black in color. So black represents Krishna and white represents Srimati Radharani. So this is the absolute. Okay, so Bhagavatam is a very, very important book. And just a quick story about Srimad Bhagavatam. I remember reading it in Bhagavatam Mahatmya. Once upon a time, Mother Parvati saw Krishna, saw Lord Shiva having all the skulls around his neck. Okay, he's having skulls around his neck. He's wearing a garland of skull. Have you all thought about it? The skull. Do you know skull? Mandavodi, right? He's putting the skull around. I'm Shobha. Okay, Mataji, no problem. No problem at all. Okay, now I know you. Okay. So, Shobha Mataji. Okay, so he was wearing a skull around his neck. And one day, Mother Parvati asked, my dear, you are wearing the skull around your neck. Whose skull is that? Whose skull? Yaroda Mandodi. Mandodiya. Mandodi. All right. Mandodi, whose skull are you wearing around your neck? And that's when Lord Shiva says, actually, it's your skull. And Mother Parvati is telling, what? My skull? Yes. Because every time when you leave your body, when you die, I miss you so much, I'll take the skull and hang around my neck. Then after that, Mother Parvati asked, well, if that's the case, I have died this much? And Lord Shiva says, yes, you did. And after that, she asked, but my Lord, why aren't you dead? why you are eternal? Why you can go on living, but I'm dying? What is the reason? And Lord Shiva says, because I have studied and understood Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. So I've studied Srimad Bhagavatam. And at that moment, Mother Parvati said, well, okay, can I listen to Srimad Bhagavatam? Can you speak to me? I say, can. If you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll have eternity. And he chose a very isolated place somewhere in Jagannath Puri, somewhere around there, where there's no living entity. And Lord Shiva says to Parvati, look here, when I'm going to sing Srimad Bhagavatam, I will go into trance. So how I know you are hearing me? When you start to make the sound, You know, sometimes when people talk, yes, When you make the sound, like that, I know you are hearing me. And after that, Lord Shiva will start to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, and he go into big trance. After complete everything, when he open his eyes, he see Mother Parvati will be sleeping. And he heard the voice, When he looked there, see, who is that? Then they start to realize it's actually a parrot who heard the entire Srimad Bhagavatam and made a sound, At that time, Lord Shiva will be very angry. He will take the trident, wanted to kill the parrot. And the parrot will start to fly. And that parrot, the parrot will start to fly, and Lord Shiva will be chasing the parrot, and the parrot will end up into the parrot flies and merge into this body of the wife of Vyasadeva. Okay, he merged into the body of the Vyasadeva. Then after that, Lord Shiva couldn't do anything further, because those who hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, they will never die. Technically, never die means you never go into abominable species. And the parrot in Sanskrit is called Sukha. Sukha. So when the parrot merged into the body of wife of Vyasadeva, and the wife delivered as a son, as a boy. And that's why he get the name Sukadev Goswami. And that Sukadev Goswami is the main speaker in Srimad Bhagavatam. So what we understand from here, when we study Srimad Bhagavatam, even at least a verse, or at least you start to attempt to read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will never face death. Death is what? Are we going to die in the future? Definitely we will die. But the death here means you will never degrade yourself. The real death means horrifying, fear. What is the biggest fear? That we do not fall into any animal kingdom or any abominable birth. To study and understand Srimad Bhagavatam, a person should be the most fortunate one. So before we go into the subject matter, let's do our invocation prayer. For Srimad Bhagavatam, there's 2 invocation prayer, which I will share later in the group. All right? Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chiristarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devidaitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknanadayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvantarine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambra Sambodhe Padam Bhujaite Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhume Stam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Shri Jagannath Taye Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Garutise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kantarada Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Pri. That's the praise of the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavata Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhagavata. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirai Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. These two mantras we will recite. I will share in the group later. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Vishpada Krishna Stapatarishi Chepataka Swami Raman Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradaya Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagara Pramatari. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavata Uttama Shloke Lakshana Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. And second mantra is Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire. These two mantras we add for Bhagavatam. Alright? Okay. Anyway, so the Srimad Bhagavatam, I'm going to refer to the Bhagavatam which I've downloaded in the PDF form. And if you don't have a Bhagavatam, you can go to what book is that? Vedabase.io. But best if you can have a personal copy. Having a Srimad Bhagavatam at home, having a Srimad Bhagavatam at home is equivalent to having Krishna in your house. Srimad Bhagavatam is a deity. It's the form of Krishna, Radha and Krishna, which is the most merciful form. If you're going to keep Radha Krishna in your house, you have to follow a lot of rules and protocol. We have studied that in Nectar of Devotion under the Seva Aparat. What are the things that, what are the 32 Seva Aparat that we may commit in deity worship? Okay, it's very scary. So from having deities and all this, you can even keep Srimad Bhagavatam and worship Srimad Bhagavatam with flower, incense and ghee lamp. All right, so Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna and Krishna is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a personified. And also there's a saying that if any one of you keeps Srimad Bhagavatam in your house, all the devas will come to your house to worship. If you worship Srimad Bhagavatam, you can see all the devatas. When we are doing this kind of special prayers, yagya, what is our intention? To invite the God to the house, to invite the demigods, all the devatas, 33 million of them, all the auspicious devatas to come to the house. When all the auspicious devatas come to the house will be blessed. But the ritual can be very tedious, and the mantra, if the mantra, what they call, if the mantra, if they pronounce it wrongly, it's going to give you a very adverse reaction. Because nowadays we don't have any qualified Brahmana to chant the mantra. The Brahmana who's going to chant the mantra and do the yagya, first his intention must be very pure. Second, he has to be detached. Sometimes we see, with due respect, I'm just giving an example as a discussion. Imagine if a Brahmana, whoever it is, come to the house of a millionaire. When he comes and see the opulence of the house, you see, they chant the mantra, even dash bush, even there's more showmanship, because they know they're going to get a very big dakshina. And even if they go to the house of a poor and all these people, they just simply do. Right? So the intention also must be clear. The Brahmanas must be pure in mind. He has to be detached. He has to only accept what people give. The Brahmana should not even ask, I come for yagya, you give me what? 1,000, 2,000, no such thing. Right? They just say, whatever you feel like giving. But of course, nowadays, people also have no sense. For whatever you give, they give you 101 ringgit. We also have to be a little practical, So for that reason, now if you ask the Brahmana community, they say, yeah, if I don't ask, they don't know how much to give. But sometimes they overdo it, right? They do overdo it. Like the day, last year, I remember one guy who wanted to come and do Shraddha ceremony for my Priyama, my auntie in Sungai Petani. That fellow said he wants a QBB 200, this thing. He was putting a list of all the most expensive stuff. I looked at it and said, what? QBB? Why? Enrico's cannot. Oh, he want that. He want that premium Nalane. He want all kind of nonsense. Anyway, my cousins are all crazy people. So I also didn't bother to say anything. And after that, he wants a dakshina of 1,000 ringgit or something like that. So anyway, so we don't know. But when we keep a Bhagavatam in the house, when we offer the Bhagavatam with flower, incense, and a ghee lamp, you can see all the devatas will appear there to join you in prayers. You can see Lord Shiva, Ganesh, Kartikeya, all the devatas, all the principal devas will be there in your house to worship along with you. That is that auspicious. Even if you keep a Bhagavatam like a museum. How many of you, for a first time, taking out Bhagavatam today? Be honest, be frank. Never touched a Bhagavatam today, only taking out the book from your bookshelf. Any one of you? You can put a thumbs up or okay, Gandhi Mataji. I'm very happy. You are very honest, very frank. Yes. Because that is something which is very common. Some house you go, you see the Bhagavatam, they will clean up for Deepavali, one day before Deepavali cleaning, they just take the Bhagavatam, wipe nicely and put it back. And the worst thing, some house, there's the plastic wrap is not even open. And the worst thing, it's still in the box. Right? One day I was talking to someone, he said, oh, the Bhagavatam, huh? I remember I'm having it. I said, what do you mean you remember? They went to the storeroom, oh, this is the box. They didn't even unpack the book. Anyway, so with all that requests from all wonderful devotees, and I'm inspired to go, to start a Bhagavatam class. Imagine just worshipping Bhagavatam, keeping Bhagavatam, your house will be all auspicious. If you think your house Vastu is hopeless, keep a Srimad Bhagavatam. If you worship Srimad Bhagavatam, we don't need to say how auspicious it's going to look like. Right? There's a second thing. Then, how we should worship Srimad Bhagavatam? We worship Srimad Bhagavatam by reading it. Not simply show Udupati or Sambrani. All right? We worship Srimad Bhagavatam by studying the book. Okay? So, just a quick introduction. Srimad Bhagavatam, formerly Lord, what they call Saktivesh Avatar. Saktivesh Avatar means empowered incarnation of Krishna from Narayana appeared, what is his name? Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is empowered incarnation. What he did, in Kali Yuga, he knew that people will have short memory and they can't, and their short life. So, they won't be able to study the entire, what they call, Vedas, the 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva. So what he did, first he documented all the Vedas. So document means all is like verbal, but he took it and documented it. Then he divided into 4 and gave to his 4 disciples. After that, he said, the 4 disciples will create 4 different sampradaya, and it's very hard for one to go and look for each of them to study. Then what he did, he gave a summary. He gave a summary of the entire 4 Vedas. After he gave a summary of the entire 4 Vedas, then what happened? After he gave a summary of the entire 4 Vedas, then the summary is called Vedanta Sutra. Okay, the summary. Sutra means summary. Summary of the 4 Vedas. And after that, he felt something is missing. There's something is missing. He said, why? After I give a summary, I thought I did a great job. He also translated Mahabharata. He also documented Mahabharata. After he did everything, he still feels something is not right. And that's when his spiritual master, his Narada Muni, will come and say, well, you have spoke about everything, but you spoke everything on a materialistic basis. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Now, speak on the secret hidden behind all these things. That is to liberate. Right? Introduce Krishna, the Vishnu and Krishna directly. Give a direct perception. Directly speak about it. Okay, don't beat around the bush. Go to the conclusion. So what happened? The summary that you have done, he gave another summary from that summary. All right. Just imagine the milk turn into curd, turn into yogurt. All right. Okay. Turn into yogurt. Okay. Like this. The milk, what happened? You boil it. Okay. You boil it. It has a thick. So what happened if you further boil it? Okay. First, you have a raw milk. You boil it. You boil, all the unwanted things all goes off, all the boil, all the things goes off. Now you get a pure drinkable milk. But that milk, if you further boil it, what will happen? It turn into cream. And the cream is the actual essence of the milk. You understand? So formerly the milk is with water. So the water went off. All the unwanted dirt went off. Now it's still in a watery form. If you boil further, the thing will turn into milk, turn into cream. Because after that, it cannot go further. Right? Then the cream will break up and turn into ghee. All right? So it comes to cream. Cream is, that means this is the original essence of the milk. And so this Bhagavatam is the boiled milk, further boiled, and it's a cream. So it's a cream of all Vedas. That's why later we've studied, there's a lot of, many times the word will come out, the cream of Vedas. Just give me a second. Yesterday, too much singing until the voice gone. So it become a cream of the Vedas. So the cream of the Vedas. So what you should understand. So it was given in, if you go to this Devaloka, Indraloka and all these kind of heavenly kingdom, the Srimad Bhagavatam has what? 100,000 verses, if I'm not mistaken. All right. I have to verify that. All right. 100,000 verses. But out of the 100,000 verses, here for us materialists, when we are in a material condition, we are given 18,000 verses. The entire Srimad Bhagavatam, it has 18,000 verses. If we read one verse a day, it will take us 54 years to complete Bhagavatam. 54 years, all right? After I created this program, I went to the ChatGPT. I just put there, asked. So it says, going on the speed of like that, I just put some information. It says, I'm going to take at least 10 to 12 years to complete the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And I got a shock. 10 to 12 years of daily reading. Wow. But of course, we are not going to go that long. All right. We're going to go I estimate minimum 3 years. All right. We try to complete within 3 years. If maximum overshoot, it can be 5 years. So it's going to be a long journey, Monday to Friday, every day. And by doing that, this is once and for all, my dear Prabhus and mothers. Once and for all, let us dive deep into Srimad Bhagavatam. Some of you should have read it. Some of you are going to read it. But now, doesn't matter whatever said and done, we go deep studies. So, the Monday to Friday discussion is going to be, there will be certain festivals. So, when there's first festival, we don't cancel the program on that day. Or sometimes if I'm required, sometimes I need to go for medical checkup or I have something on, we will cancel it, right? So, but I can see, say like we are starting from 10 months. Okay. So we're going to have are we going to study sloka by sloka? Yes, Mataji. Sloka by sloka means yes. We're going to study every sloka, the translation and the purport, the translation and the purport. We're going to go. That's the thing. Yeah. Great. But Mataji, long journey. Maybe by the time we finish, you might retire from your active work. Who knows? We don't know, right? So anyway, so it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be word by word, and we're going to go dive deep into it. If at all, if you need to miss the class, I kindly request, please watch the video. What happens if you miss a video for a day? Then next day, you're going to continue if you're going to, because what I'm saying is, since we are going detail, don't miss a single day. There will be a lot of challenges, I'm telling you. There'll be a lot of challenges we're going to face in these 5 years, 3 to 5 years. So when there's any challenges or you could not make to the class, please listen to the video so that you can stay focused and stay in the flow. All right, stay in the flow of this program. Okay, so if you listen to the class, what you can do, you can listen maybe half an hour, then pause, then half an hour, pause. We try to keep the class within 1.5 hours. Okay, 1.5 hours. If at all we need to overshoot, maximum 2 hours, but not more than that. Okay, our intention, of course, as you know, we want to go detail once and for all. This is once in a lifetime opportunity. And why I'm doing this thing, of course, for my own relishment, for my own reading. And I'm so grateful that all of you join me in these group studies. All right. So when you look at this, chapter 1, Canto 1, chapter 3, text 43, it says, Krishna swa damo pagate dharma jnanadibihi saha kalau nashta darshang esha puranarko dunodita. It says, this Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun. This is as brilliant as the sun. How brilliant is the sun? That is the same brilliance you see in Srimad Bhagavatam. And it has arisen. It arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode. After Krishna finished his pastime in this world, when he went back home, back to God, went back to his original place, when he left, the whole world became dark. And they say, because when Krishna left, all that dharma left, all the punyaka, all the auspicious thing left alone, the whole world became dark. At that place, what's going to happen? And when he left, then arises Srimad Bhagavatam to re-establish the dharma. Okay, so it is its own abode, accompanied by religion. So when Krishna left, what he went with him? Accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Now, listen to this. Person who have lost their vision, due to dense darkness of ignorance in this age of Kali. So we are all, not we all, like I, have lost. I would say, just imagine you get stuck in the middle of the jungle. Or just imagine in your area, suddenly there's no light cut off. It becomes so dark. And that time you can hear some kind of sound like that. I believe you all should have experienced that. It's total darkness. All right. And we can't see anybody. We can't even see our body. We can't even see our hand. In that total darkness, person who have lost their vision due to dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali. And here, shall get light from these Purana. Shall get light. So in other words, when we study Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be enlightened. Right? The sun will start to arise in your consciousness. Okay? So like that. So this is the thing that's a very important topic. Canto 1, chapter 3, text 43. All right. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to do we're going to go through the introduction first, just to kickstart. All right. So this is the Srimad Bhagavatam that I'm referring to. Wait, what's happening? Lama. Exit full screen. Okay. Okay. So this is the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, part 1. Of course, this is the original version of Srimad Bhagavatam that Prabhupada initially given. So what is the difference with this Bhagavatam and your Bhagavatam? There's no difference. Only thing is, certain words has been edited. Okay. So I'm going to refer to this book because you know why? I have this book in PDF format. If I were to use this book in if I were to use this book in a database, okay, database. If you okay, just give you some idea what is database. Can you see database? Can you see the screen, my dear Prabhus and mothers? Come on, someone say something. Can you see the screen or not? Database screen.
No, Prabhu, nothing there.
Oh, nothing. Okay. Okay. So if I were to show you the database screen, it's going to look like this. Okay. Say like, for instance, I start creation. Okay. I just start the first chapter. All right. Then I click this one. Okay. There's a Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All right. So now, if I were to highlight, okay, if I were to highlight these, then click, it will disappear. Okay, then in the Vedic literature, it said absolute personality, Godhead. Okay, now, say we stop here. Okay, we stop our session here. All right. Then what happened? Next day, we don't know where we start, where we stop. You understand what I mean? But that day, when we were studying this nectar of devotion, when we stop, next day we go, we know where we stopped. So it's easy for me. All right. So that's why we're going to use this version of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. What is this? Okay. Can you all see this thing? Can you see this version?
Yes, Prabhu.
All right. Now let's adjust this thing. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, part 1, His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji ki jai. All right. So this is some of the things. Snake appeared before the baby. Okay. All right. So Srimad Bhagavatam. It's clear. Should I make it a bit bigger? Like this, okay? Haribol.
Can we see the text a bit, Prabhu?
Can you
Okay.
Prabhu?
Okay, let's look at the text now. Okay, I just pushed up. Okay. How about like this? Text or like this, okay?
Slightly bigger, Prabhu. It's still quite small for my eyes.
So using computer or phone?
Oh, yeah, phone.
Okay, like this? Very big.
All right, done. Good.
Sure.
For
Don't you think so?
For me, okay, Prabhu. I see others.
Oh. Come on, others. This or first or second?
Second, Prabhu.
Second, eh?
Second one, Prabhu.
Okay. So because I feel the second one is too big for me, then okay, it's okay. Your district is more important. All right. Okay. The introduction alone 30 pages, huh? So I think the introduction alone going to take us a long time. Okay, anyway, let's start our session today. A quick one. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam, introducing Srimad Bhagavatam. Why these things? Oops. Let's keep back to the normal one. Banu also too. Okay, just give me a second. I adjust the thing again. Okay, this one is it? This one is it? This one. This one, right? Is it? Okay. Please mute. Nagarajan Prabhu, please mute. Okay. Okay. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, Srimad Bhagavatam of Krishna Dvaipana Vyasa. Okay. So we understand this book was compiled by Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa means what? Is Vyasadev. Krishna's Vyasadev. Vyasadev name is Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Okay. So by Bhagavatam. So this is the verse just now I said just now. Maybe later you can go and check out. This shows page 186. But in your book, you check out. In a normal book, it is at the page 196. Canto 1, chapter 3, text 43. Okay. So other books, okay, these other books, it's the early days, 1972. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. So we're going to cover the first canto. The first canto title is Creation. Okay. In this chapter, we're going to cover part 1, which is chapters 1 to chapter 17. And with a short life sketch of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the ideal preacher of Bhagavad Dharma, and the original Sanskrit text. So how are we going to see? With the original Sanskrit text, the Roman transliteration, synonyms, translation, and elaborate purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Right? So copyright 1972, Library of Congress. Okay. Now, Srila Prabhupada dedicated his book to his spiritual master, to Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, my spiritual master. And this book was translated on, okay, he just gave this forward on the 26th annual ceremony of the disappearance day, okay, of his Srila, this thing. And he mentioned here, he lives forever by his divine instruction, and the followers lives with him. So table of content, okay, what are the things that we're going to see here? First, we're going to see preface, introduction. Then under the introduction, okay, what are the things we're going to see? Conception of God, source of material energy is okay. Then story about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All right, chapter 1 is going to be questions by sages. What does it mean? Chapter 2, divinity and divine service. Chapter 3, Krishna is the source of all incarnation. Here is the place that you're going to know, did Krishna is the original source, or is there Narayana is the original source? Some people say Krishna is incarnation of Narayana, one of the 10 Dasa Avatar. But here we understand. Okay. So we're going to we start with Kumara Avatar, Sukara, Narada, Narayana, Kapila, like that. We're going to study about all these things. Then Krishna, Buddha, Deva, Kalki. Then after that, Krishna, the original personality of Godhead. All right, it's going to be 167. Then chapter 4, we're going to study on appearance of Sri Narada Muni. And then Narada will give instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva. Why you should write Srimad Bhagavatam. Then, all right, conversation between Narada and Vyasa. Narada is actually the spiritual master of Vyasadeva. All right, in chapter 6. Then chapter 7, we're going to see the son of Drona punished, Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama will be punished. Why? We will study that. Then, all right, okay. So this is the first 7 chapters we're going to cover in part 1. After we complete part 1, then we will share, we'll go to the part 2. Okay. So that's the thing we're going to study. So this is what you can expect. Most probably, let's see. We don't make any assumption. Okay. So now let's start with the preface. Okay. We must know the present need of human society. That's the first thing Prabhupada started. We must know what is the present need of human society. And what is that need? Human society is no longer bounded by geographical limits, okay, to particular country or community. That's why you see, we as an Indian, we are still in Malaysia. We are not particularly in India. Human society is broader than its Middle Ages. And the world tendency is toward one state or one human society. Okay. Now, the ideal spiritual communism, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, are based more or less on the oneness of the entire human society. What does that mean? The ideal spiritual communism. What is communism means? Everybody is equal. All right. Everyone is equal. And whatever richness that you have belongs to government. Nothing belongs to you. Okay. Everything that we have, it belongs to the state. That's why the capitalist or the current modern like democratic, they can't tolerate communism. Why? If in a communist country, you can be a doctor, you can be a farmer, and your salary is same. But the problem is the dictator will become, once they choose a dictator, once they choose a leader, he will remain as the leader until he dies. Just like king. Then only they choose next leader to come in. All right. So like that. So now the ideal spiritual communism means what? Ishavashe idam sarvam. We study that in Ishopanishad, Sri Ishopanishad. Ishavashe idam sarvam. Everything belongs to Krishna. And we take everything according to our quota. So the ideal of spiritual communism, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, is more or less on the oneness of entire human society. Yes, everyone is one. Why? Because we understand we are not this body. According to the spiritual standard, we are all equal. But according to the body, there is a difference. Nay, on the entire energy of the living beings. The need is felt by a great thinkers to make this a successful ideology. So it's a need that felt by all the great thinkers, right? To make this as a successful ideology, that everything belongs to this thing. But Srimad Bhagavatam will feel this need in human society. So the distorted understanding is Karl Marx. The Karl Marx created the communism idea, distorted. So don't get distorted. Be the original communism. And that is understood in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam will feel this need in human society. It begins, therefore, with the aphorism of Vedanta philosophy. Janmadya asya yataha. Okay? It starts with the philosophy, Vedanta philosophy. Janmadya asya yataha. To what? To establish the ideal of the common cause. Everyone always want to have common cause. The former prime minister, the current prime minister won. He got the election elected by all that non-native. Why? Because he said, we're going to create the common cause. We're going to create common, equal. It doesn't happen. It won't work. Of course, now we are seeing it. It's not happening. And people seem to be very upset. But come on, expect it. So this, to establish, everybody is looking to establish ideal in common cause. Even in husband-wife relationship. Nowadays, the man and woman are working. Those days are not. But now, the current day when the man and woman are working, they got nothing in common to talk to. The husband say doing one job. Say the husband is an engineer, the wife is a doctor. What are they going to talk? The husband going to say the nut and bolt, and the wife will be talking about surgery and the disease. They got nothing to common to talk. And that we saw during the pandemic. When the total shutdown, it became a big issue because the husband and wife never stayed in the house with the children. Never. Suddenly, when total lockdown, when everybody was confined to the house, that's when it became like a cultural shock. The man cannot tolerate the wife cannot tolerate the man, and the children, until they came out with a plan. If you hear, as a neighbor, if you hear any abuse or shouting and screaming, complain. I believe you all remember that. Because they never stayed alone. There's nothing common that they can talk. So sometimes when they come to me for some kind, I used to do counseling, and I say, very simple. Why not you join Krishna conscious and have something common to talk? Did you chant your rounds? Okay. Today I read something from Bhagavatam. Because if you don't have anything common to talk, you're going to live an uncommon life. Soon in the future, your children will fly away and you don't expect them to come back because you have nothing. There's no emotional binding. Work 8 to 10 hours, come back, cook something, eat, sleep. Next day, Saturday, Sunday, now with the scrolling phone, they say nowadays the parents think they're doing a good thing to the children by giving them phone, spoiling them further. All right? Even they stay at home, they got a lot of other calls, other problems to solve. Until now, they came out with the rules. After work, the office cannot disturb you. If not, what happened? Finish your work. Like now, it's so irritating, my daughter, my second girl, at 10 o'clock at night, the silly teacher will send a message. Do all this homework, pass up tomorrow. At 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes 9. The earliest was 8 p.m. Maybe the teacher will go and meditate, suddenly, ting, get an idea, send in the group. And this poor girl will be sitting and doing the work until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and next day go to school like a zombie. What are they trying to achieve? Madness. The world has gone mad. The teachers have to send in important notice through the WhatsApp. All this kind of nonsense happening. So we want to establish a common talk, common cause. We want to create a common distinct. All right. So therefore, it says to establish the ideal. What is the real way of the common cause? Human society at the present moment is not in the darkness of oblivion. What does that mean? We are not the darkness of really dark, but it has made, okay, the human at the present moment is not in the darkness of oblivion. That means in the darkness of success and all this. No, they are not actually in that darkness. These had made rapid progress in the field of material comfort. We are living a very comfortable life. We are having a fantastic education. We are having a good development throughout the entire world. Like recently when the EPF came out with the 6%, some people make what? 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. Wow. Everybody is so happy. Right? And that's when we found out, wow, this person got, at least in EPF, average, at least 300,000 minimum are there. So when you talk about financial difficulties, it looks like no. So throughout the entire world, but there is a pinprick somewhere. What does that pinprick means? Right? Just imagine, in a certain country, the soldiers, when they dress up like that, they put a pin here. When they do marching, they put the pin here. So they have to put the head like that. When they bend the head down, it prick. Then they keep out like that. So it doesn't allow him to look down. It's just like that. It's painful. So like that, something is pricking. Something is pricking our body. Something is like bothering us. Pinprick. Something is not right in the social body at large. In 1960s, 1950s, Prabhupada wrote this preface. Even that time itself, something is not right. And therefore, there is a large-scale quarrel, even over loss of important, even over less important issue. Big quarrel for a little problem. Total madness. Until the country can go into war. Like now, Iran is going to create a big headache for everyone. Price going to shoot up. The petrol going to shoot up. It's no longer 199. And people are going to get even more frustrated. With whatever income they have, they're going to struggle. So there's a need of a clue. There's a need of a clue. At least I need to have a little idea how humanity can become one in peace, friendship, and prosperity with common cause. That's why the United Nations has created after the World War II. To create this common cause. Let's have a brotherhood. But that United Nations has become united nonsense. They cannot solve problems. Okay? So how you can create peace, friendship, prosperity is only a word of imagination. It's the word of dialogue. Once I was invited by the World Peace from one religious group from Korea, South Korea. They call some peace movement. They have a dialogue of saying how people the religion can create peace. And I was one of the speaker. They called me at least 3 or 4 times. But the first day, for the first time I went there to speak, okay, I was one of the speaker, and the audience are worldwide under the United Nations. I had a pastor from America, then one Muslim scholar from Egypt, from one of their university, the famous university, and like that, all the other religions. And in that place, I said it. This is not something that you can sit and dialogue. So at that time, I realized, peace, friendship, and prosperity. People are investing millions and millions of dollars just to sit around the round table and talk crabs. It doesn't happen. So Srimad Bhagavatam will feel this need. Don't talk crabs. Don't talk something that says, oh, are we going to create world peace? All this will never happen. Take the Srimad Bhagavatam and study. You can create that peace. So Srimad Bhagavatam will feel this need. For it is a cultural presentation. For what? For the re-spiritualization. Re-spiritualization. People have forget their spirituality to redo it. Re-spiritualization of the entire human society. Srimad Bhagavatam should be introduced also in the schools and colleges. Prabhupada said, this book has to be introduced to all the schools and colleges. And it is also recommended by the great student devotee Prahlad Maharaj in order to change the demonic face of society. Demonic face, because Prahlad Maharaj born in a demonic family. And he says to change the demonic nature. Kaumara acharet pranyo dharmang bhagavatan iha durlabam manusham janma tadapyadruvam artadam. Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6, Text 1. Disparity in human society is due to lack of principle in godless civilization. Disparity. Right? The trouble in the human society is because of lack of principle. There is God, the Almighty One, from whom everything emanates, by whom everything is maintained, by whom everything is merged to rest. Material science has tried to find the ultimate source of the creation very insufficiently. But it is the fact that there is one ultimate source of everything that be. This ultimate source is explained rationally. It's explained, this ultimate source, how? Explained rationally and authoritatively in beautiful Bhagavatam. What does that mean? The ultimate source is explained rationally. That means it's rational, makes sense. And authoritatively, with full authority in Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is a transcendental science, not only for knowing the ultimate source of everything, but also for knowing the relation between him and the duty towards perfection. It's not only to know him, but also to know him and our duty to become perfect in the human society. How? By the basis of this perfect knowledge. It is powerful reading matter in the Sanskrit language, and is now rendered into English. Elaborate so that simply by careful reading, one will know God perfectly well. Haribol, that's what is our goal. We don't want to rush. We're going to read carefully. And with this, we pray to Almighty Sri Krishna to reveal himself to us. So much so that the reader will be sufficiently educated. For what? To defend himself from the onslaught of the atheist. Over and above this, the reader will be able to convert others to accept. By doing this, the reader also can be able to convert others to accept God as the concrete principle. We have that knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the definition of ultimate source. It is a bona fide. What is bona fide means? It's the authoritative or true, correct. It's a bona fide commentary on the Vedanta Sutra by the same author, Srila Vyasadeva, and gradually develops into 9 cantos. Right? So it's a bona fide commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. I told you just now, the summary, and is gradually develops into the 9 cantos up to the highest state of the God realization for the first 9 cantos. So the only qualification one needs to study this great book of transcendent knowledge is to proceed step by step, cautiously. We have to go step by step, not straight away jump jump forward haphazardly. That means just jump and do it. No, like how we do with the ordinary book. It should be gone through chapter by chapter, one after another. The reading matter is so arranged with the original Sanskrit text. Okay, let me get this one. All right, okay. So now you see more nicely. So with the original Sanskrit said, and English translation, synonyms, translation and purport, so that one is sure to become a God-realized soul at the end of finishing the first 9 cantos. So what we understand, when we finish the first 9 cantos, we will come to God-realized person. Isn't that exciting? Then we go to the 10th canto, distinct from other first 9 cantos. It's distinct, it's very important because it deals directly with the transcendental activities of personality of Godhead. One will be able to capture the effect of the 10th canto without going through the first 9 canto. Unable. One will be unable. You won't be able to capture. Please mute. Someone is not muted. Right. Okay. Now, one will be unable to go into the effect of the 10th canto. 10th canto is beautiful, but you can never understand that if you don't go through the 9th canto. The book is complete in 12 cantos. And every canto is independent. But it is a good for all to read them in small installment, one after another. I must admit my frailties. Now Prabhupada is admitting. He may make mistake in his writing or what. He said, I must admit my frailties. Frailties in presenting Srimad Bhagavatam. But still, I am hopeful it is good reception by the thinkers and the leader of the society on the strength of the following statement in Srimad Bhagavatam. Tat vag vishargo janataga viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abhattavatyapi namanyanantasya yashon kila kitani chach chrinvanti gayanti grinnanti sadava. Quoted in Bhagavatam, 1st canto, chapter 5, text 11. It says here, on the other hand, that literature which is full of description of transcendental glories, the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the unlimited Lord is a transcendental creation meant to bring about a revolution in the impious. It's going to create a revolution. What revolution? By reading the literature which is full of description of transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, and pastimes of unlimited Supreme. These can create a transcendental creation meant to bring about a revolution in the impious life of a misdirect civilization. At least we are practicing this, so we will not become entangled with that this thing. Such transcendental literature, even though irregularly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men, are thoroughly honest. Even it is irregularly composed. What does that mean? You see, in 1st canto, when you read the thing, 1st chapter to 2nd chapter is not linked. You read 1 chapter, you go to the next chapter, the 3rd chapter is something totally opposite. You understand what I mean? And the 4th chapter is totally, it's like not regular. It's not like one after another. First is one subject matter, and the 2nd chapter got nothing to do with the 3rd chapter. But after you go, the 7th, 8th chapter will be re-quoting the 2nd chapter. The 8th chapter will be re-quoting the 3rd chapter, like that, all like Roja. But there's a flow. So it says, even is irregularly composed, heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Om Tat Sat. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, dated at Delhi, December 15, 1962. He wrote this when he first composed the thing, and that eventually took this book and went to America and created a revolution of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Right? So, introduction. As you know, introduction takes around 30 pages. Okay. So what we're going to do, officially, we have started today on a very auspicious Jagannath Mishra festival. So the introduction and onwards, we're going to read from 9th of March. All right. 9th of March. That is next Monday. Just see how many pages is this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, around 30 pages. Okay, I can see in the book. Yeah. Such a long purport. Okay. No, introduction also is quite long. Oh, forward. Okay, this is the forward. Okay. Introduction. Introduction is roughly 41 pages. Okay, 41 pages. So I think the introduction may take at least 1 week. Okay, because this is all deep meaning. Because now we are trying to read something that Prabhupada, the mission, why he came to America, we will understand in this introduction alone. All right. So can you share soft copy of Srimad Bhagavatam in our group? No, you go to database. K7, you go to database. The thing is there. All right. Who is Ira? Oh, Rajendran, Ira. Rajendran, okay. And we have Ratnavelu Prabhu. Yes, thank you. Then we have, all right. So any questions, any comment? Or do you like to share your excitement? What are you looking forward? We have another 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So I would like to hear from you. What is the expectation? What is the excitement? Because we're going to have a long journey. Come on.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Kesavan.
But I'm just waiting because last time I got to study myself, so I couldn't understand much. So now through this group study, I feel that I can understand more and deeper. Word for that, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So you want to go deeper?
Yes.
How deep you want to go?
How deep I can understand.
All right. Okay, nice. Anyone else? Saki Mataji, you are the so excited one. Saki Champakalata Mataji.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா பிரபு, எனக்கு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் இருக்கு பிரபு.
கேளுங்க மாதாஜி.
பிரபு, இப்போ நீங்க சொன்னீங்களே இந்த கம்யூனிசம் பத்தி பேசுனீங்களே, அதுல வந்து நம்ம என்ன சம்பாதிக்கிறோமோ அது வந்து நம்ம கவர்மெண்ட்க்கு தான் கொடுக்கணும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க பேசுனீங்களே மத இந்த கம்யூனிசம் பத்தி. இப்போ இதே மாதிரி தான் வீட்டுலயும் வந்து நம்ம மாடர்ன் லைஃப்ல வந்து ஒரு காமன் டாபிக் இல்லைனாக்கா வந்து சாப்பிட்றோம், சமைக்கிறோம், தூங்குறோம், அந்த மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும்னு சொல்றீங்க. இப்போ நம்ம கிருஷ்ணா கான்சியஸ் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். இப்போ நம்ம பிள்ளைங்க எல்லாம் வந்து இன்னும் அந்த அளவுக்கு இன்னும் மெச்சூரா ஆகல கிருஷ்ண பக்தியில. நானும் இன்னும் மெச்சூர் ஆகல, பிள்ளைங்க இன்னும் மெச்சூர் ஆகாம இருக்கிறாங்க. என்ன மாதிரி காமன் டாபிக் பேசி அவங்களை இது பண்றது பிரபு? இல்லைனாக்கா நம்மளும் கிருஷ்ணா ஆஃபர் பண்றோம், சாப்பிட்றோம், அப்புறம் சர்வீஸ் செய்யறோம், அப்படிதான் போயிட்டு இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஸோ இது எதாவது கரெக்டா செய்யணுமா இல்லையான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல.
ஓகே.
ஸோ அதான் என்னோட கேள்வி. கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் குழப்பமாயிடுச்சு. எங்களுக்கு ஒரு காமன் டாபிக் இல்ல பிரபு பேசுறதுக்கு. இப்போ நான் பண்ண நீங்க இது சொன்னதுக்கு பிற்பாடு. தேங்க்ஸ் பிரபு.
Okay. First of all, communism என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, what is communism means everything belong to the state. Nothing is yours. So you share the common profit, right? So everything shared by the common. So the real communism means you take your share according to your quota. அவ்வளவுதான். அதான் communism. Okay, அது ஒண்ணு. Okay, now you talk about common topic. Common topic na, say like for instance, you are going to temple. You are going with your children, with your husband. All right? All of you listen to the same class. I'm just giving one example. On the way back, you all got something common to talk. Yes or not, Mataji? Saki Mataji?
ஆமா பிரபு, ஆமா பேசுவோம் பிரபு.
ஓ, கிளாஸ் நல்லா இருந்துச்சு, அந்த டாக் நல்லா இருந்துச்சு, இன்னைக்கு கீர்த்தன் நல்லா இருந்துச்சு, பிரசாதம் நல்லா இருந்துச்சு, குடும்பத்தோட ஒரு விஷயம் பேசுறீங்களா இல்லையா?
பேசுவோம் பிரபு.
இதுதான் மத்த குடும்பத்துல இல்ல.
ஓகே.
You understand? இதுலதான் ஹஸ்பண்ட் ஒய்ஃப்ல இல்ல. Say like for instance now you told me you shared with me many things. One of the thing is like you and your husband discuss before you make a decision. Okay, in the spiritual life like செய்யலாம் பிரபு, செய்யலாம் நினைக்கிறோம். You know, like I think you're starting this Mahabharat program, right?
Yes பிரபு.
So you're doing with what? Yourself or with your husband?
Group project தான் பிரபு இது.
Group project. Your husband is there?
Yes பிரபு.
And you are there?
Yes.
So you got something common to talk. You come back home, you meditate on that Mahabharat program, how you're going to start and everything, right?
Yeah.
This is what the common talk. In some families, they don't have that.
Okay.
Their common talk, it is not emotional. It's very technical. Ask your children, how's your school? Good. Are you doing well? All right. Okay. Do you think you need any help? No, I'm fine. Okay. And the child will be with the phone. And the husband come back. Hi. How are you? Okay. என்ன சமைச்சிருக்க சாப்பிட்டுட்டு. And the wife comes back. How's your day? That's it. Very technical. There's no emotional bonding.
Okay, breathe.
Yeah. So when we are in spiritual life, at least we go there, we sing together, we dance together. If not, do you think you're going to dance with your daughter?
No.
Hey, will you dance with your daughter? Even you go for wedding also, the daughter will be dancing one side, you'll be sitting and watching.
Yeah.
But now, in front of Krishna, everybody dance. Your daughter, husband, everybody dance along, right?
Yes, Prabhu. நேத்து கூட நானும் எங்க பிரபு தான் ஆடணும்.
பாருங்க இது எங்க கிடைக்கும்? This is what common talk. Okay?
Thanks, Prabhu. Thanks. Hare Krishna.
So what are you looking forward, Mataji, for Bhagavatam? What is your aspiration? என்ன எதிர்பார்க்கறீங்க? என்ன செய்யலாம்? என்ன உங்க மனநிலை?
இப்ப இதுக்கு முன்ன படிச்ச புக்ஸ் மேட்டர் ஆஃப் டிவோஷன் புக்ஸ் உங்க கூட சேர்ந்து படிச்சது எல்லாரும். 2வது புக் ஹரிநாம சிந்தாமணி நான் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணி கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கேன். அதுல உள்ள அந்த நெக்டர் வந்து டைரக்ட் பண்ண அது சோ ஸ்வீட்ல பிரபு. ஸோ பகவானோட அந்த அந்தரங்கமான ரகசியங்கள்லாம் அது பக்தரோட வாயிலிருந்து கேட்கறப்ப ரொம்ப ரிலீஷிங்கா இருக்கு. என்னோட செல்ஃப் அப்லிஃப்ட்மெண்ட்க்கு ரொம்ப உதவியா இருக்கு பிரபு. எனக்கு மட்டும் இல்லாம இது நான் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்றப்ப வந்து என்ன பாக்குற என் பிள்ளைங்களும் அது இன்னும் ஒரு ஸ்டெப் மேல அவங்களும் முயற்சி பண்றாங்க. நான் பாக்குறப்ப நான் பார்த்தேன், எங்க பிரபுவும் நான் பார்த்தேன். ஸோ இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம்னால நான் நிறைய விஷயத்துல வந்து என்னோட சாதனா பக்தியை வந்து இன்னும் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு எனக்கு ரொம்ப உதவியா இருக்கு. ஸோ நான் சாதனா பக்தி இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுனால என்ன சார்ந்து இருக்கிறவங்களும் அவங்களும் இதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆக முயற்சி பண்றாங்க. நான் அதை பார்த்தேன், அவங்க எஃபர்ட்டை பார்த்தேன். ஸோ இந்த அப்கமிங் பாகவதம் ப்ரோக்ராம்ல வந்து இன்னும் மேலும் மேலும் என்னோட சாதனா பக்தியை வந்து ஸ்ட்ராங்கா ஆக்குறதுக்கு, பெட்டரா பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்றதுக்கு, கரெக்டா குரு கிருஷ்ணாவை ப்ளீஸ் பண்றதுக்கு ரொம்ப உதவியா இருக்கும்னு நான் ரொம்ப எதிர்பார்க்கிறேன் பிரபு.
Okay. Wow. Very nice.
Thanks for teaching us.
நீண்ட பயணம் 3 ல இருந்து 5 வருஷம்.
Nothing comes easy பிரபு. No sacrifice, no gain.
எனக்கு தாழ்ச்சி போயிருமான்னு எனக்கு பயமா இருக்கு.
உங்களுக்காக நாங்க எல்லாரும் புரிய படிக்கிறோம் பிரபு.
Okay.
Thank you so much பிரபு.
Anyone else want to share any aspiration, anything you're looking forward? Yes, very nice, Mataji. Having a daily association, Srimad Bhagavatam is very rare, you know. How many people are reading Bhagavatam every day? No, unless you're a full-time devotee. Unless you stay in the temple and serve the temple full-time, then it's fair enough. Okay? Because Bhagavatam is a must read every morning. But of course, we also starting early in the morning. Not early, at least 9:15. Actually, I wanted to start early. But now I'm pursuing a diploma in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The program starts at 7 a.m. until 9:30, right? So that's why I was just thinking, okay, just by 9:15, I try to stop the session and straight away come here and we start the session. So after CC, Bhagavatam. Wow, going to be a fantastic morning. Right? So, like that. So that day, I think Raja was asking, oh, when we going to read Chaitanya Charitamrita? Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Chaitanya Charitamrita is another wonderful book to read. But of course, 11,500 verses. It's going to be but the philosophy is very detailed. Maybe one verse you can discuss for a week. It's that detailed. All right? Okay, anyway. So, anyone else? Last person want to say something? Anything that you're looking forward? Can we give us task or homework of every session quiz? Or you? At that level, I'm not so good with computer, Mataji.
மேபி ஓபலா கேளுங்க பிரபு क्वेश्चन நாங்க நாளைக்கு மறுநாள் சொல்றோம்.
நான் இந்த கிளாஸ் முடிச்ச கையோட எனக்கு பேக் டு பேக் அப்படியே பறக்குற வேலை. So after I finish 11 o'clock, immediately I have to do my offering, food offering. Then I have to do this thing. I have to prepare for my other classes in the evening, you know, my mind science program. So, Papa, anyway, let's see. we can see. Oh, what you can do like Rajendran Prabhu, give a summary, what you have understood. Isn't that okay, Muru Mataji? I think that should be a good idea. After you go through the session, okay, just you can share your takeaway. Just maybe few words, okay, what you understood. You just can put it in the group. You know, your one little takeaway, the Nagarajan Chalaya Prabhu's takeaway, Lavanya Mataji's takeaway, right? Banu Mataji, a little takeaway, when you can share, it relishes everything. Right? After the morning class, you just share maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs. What did you understand? What is your takeaway? What inspired you? Just share in the group. That'll be a good thing, right? Because the question you asked, maybe I can take from my Bhakti Vaibhava but that is very heavy. Yes, what we have learned. Yes, correct. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. That should be fine, Prabhu. We can.
We should take away.
Yes.
Take away, yes. Yeah. Because in between, I may do my Bhakti Vaibhava and Bhakti Vedanta summative studies. So I'm finishing my Bhakti Sastri by, now it's March, April, May or June, I'm done. Then after that, I was thinking while we are studying Srimad Bhagavatam, I want to attempt summative studies on Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Guru Maharaj said that those who are 40s and above, or those who are actively involved, can do summative. So I'm planning this year. Please pray for me.
What is that, Prabhu? What course is that?
Bhakti Sastri. Have you heard Bhakti Sastri?
I've done that, Prabhu. I finished.
Okay. After Bhakti Sastri, the next one is Bhakti Vaibhava.
Vaibhava.
So Bhakti Vaibhava, first 6 cantos. Then after the Bhakti Vedanta, the last 6 cantos.
Oh.
So the summative studies now, you don't attend the class. They give you exam. You have to do a thesis and send. Okay.
Close book. Close book, Prabhu.
No. It's a thesis.
அப்படின்னா என்னது?
Thesisனா அது எப்படி சொல்றது?
சமரைஸ் பண்ணி கொடுக்கணுமா?
இல்ல. நம்ம வந்துட்டு அது எப்படி சொல்றது? I don't know. Maybe Valliyamma Mataji can help me. Oh, thesis. Yeah, I don't know how to say thesis. அது எப்படின்னா ஒரு டாபிக்கை வந்துட்டு அதுல வந்து ஒரு பெரிய கட்டுரை எழுதணும். In other words, you are writing a book.
Oh, okay. The understanding of that topic. Your own understanding of that topic.
Yes.
It's
like when you do a Bhakti Sastri, you give a short answer, right? Or maybe you must do within 700 words. If more, they'll cut your point. அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருக்குதானே?
Yes, that close book.
Close book. இதுல வந்து you have to write a huge, அது வந்து like you are writing a book, like a thesis. இப்ப பார்க்குறோம் introduction. இப்ப படிச்சோம்ல, this is what they call as thesis.
Okay.
So I was thinking, because those who are senior devotees and all those who are engaged in the Mari preaching, they have really no time. So what they do, they are allowed to do this. And the difference is, you have to stand in front of the camera. They put the question, you answer the thesis on the spot. Not you prepare and send. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, this kind of talking with all of you, this class also like what do you call? Like revision. So that's my goal, to do Bhakti Vaibhava and Bhakti Vedanta, maybe by this year or by next year. Then after that, proceed with Bhakti Sarvabhauma. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the deep studies of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So anyway, let's see what God decides. Okay. So anyone else? Last one person want to say something? Want to express your gratitude or your aspiration? Anyone? No one? All right. Okay. So what do you do? If any one of you want to add someone to attend the class, please do so by the 9th. You go and talk to your friends, whoever it is, and inform them it's going to be 5 days program. If you can't make it for the live classes, at least must come for, at least listen the what they call the recording, or at least be enthusiastic. Even you miss the class, but you're because we understand sometimes people can be very busy. They can like this thing, but at least be enthusiastic in this thing. Okay, so these are the people you can encourage them to join our session. And all that videos recording, I will share in the group. But please do take note, if you really can make for the live classes, please come. Because live classes and the recording can be different. Because recording, certain things I will pause. Okay, certain important thing I don't want to talk. Because the recorded is going to go all over the world. It's quite dangerous for me to talk. So like that, nothing can be like a live class. Yes, Mangala Mataji.
Prabhu, the one if newcomers will have to join in, right? So you need the link there, Prabhu. You can send us the link.
Can. I'll share in the group.
Okay, thank you.
I'll share the group. And the link will be off by 9th. After the 9th, I don't want to we don't, unless the person really sincerely wants to do it, or that person is under your preaching group, you're preaching and cultivating that person, then it's okay. And not randomly share and people say, I want to go, don't want to go. You understand what I mean, Mataji?
Yes,
Because
Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu.
so much of effort. This is not an easy thing.
Okay.
For the
Okay,
class, I
thank
have to meditate, then the class, the words, the presentation. Do you know, after 1.5 hours, this session, I'll be very tired. What did I do? I just spoke only word. But it takes a lot of energy and effort to do this session. All right? And I'm so grateful to my spiritual master for giving me this opportunity to do this program.
Prabhu,
Okay?
just one suggestion, Prabhu. இப்ப நீங்களே படிக்கிறீங்களா, the whole thing நீங்க படிக்கிறீங்களா, that's why you also get very tired of Prabhu. So
Okay.
I think we can take turn to read ஒரு paragraph இல்லைன்னா ஒரு இதா நம்மளும் involve பண்ணோம்னா I think I thought it will be also very helpful.
Correct. That's the thing. But the thing is, because we are reading in between the lines, Prabhupada's purport. நீங்க சொல்றது like Bhakti Sastri Mari, right? Just read and give a, they give you somebody finish this entire Bhagavatam in 1 year. But நம்ம என்ன செய்யறோம்னா, we are reading between the line.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay.
I mean, no harm. Maybe you read, then we stop. Okay, now, what is this? Then you continue reading, we stop. Why not? I think it's a good idea. Yes. Okay,
If everybody agrees, okay, Prabhu.
Yeah, at least you can read.
Okay.
At least you can read, yes. Okay. All right, so I'm so excited, and I, of course, deep in my heart, I have some kind of fear. 3 years, 3 to 5 years of you, Krishna. No, why? Anyway, we don't worry about the future because we understood from Bhakti Aloka. Can anyone recall Bhakti Aloka? What is life of a devotee?
Totally depending on Krishna.
That's one. Another thing, devotee have no what the devotee do. I mean, devotee, I say the devotee don't care about what. Yes, but
No past, no future, no present.
God present lah. What do you mean no present?
No
How come there's no present? If you say no present means we are Mayavadi already. Yes, in Bhakti Loka, what is his name? Bhakti Vinod Thakur said it very nicely. A devotee don't have a past. Okay, he don't care about the past, and he don't aspire anything of the future. He live current. He live at that particular moment. Okay, because there's no lamentation. Oh, I was like this. No, my past was like that. We don't care, and we also don't expect anything in the future. Let the future come by itself. Doesn't matter. But now, every second, I'm giving my 101% attention in my devotional service, in my bhakti. That means what? You're not going to be like a full-time devotee. What I'm saying is, everything in your life, you're going to relate to bhakti. Everything in your life, you just simply relate to bhakti. Like, for instance, this morning, what happened? Just now, before I start the session, I was looking for a pencil. The pencil is not a big deal at all, right? It's a pencil. But today, because my children are young, I see pencil all over my house. So I got few pencils. The tip is broken. When the tip is broken, I couldn't find a sharpener because I want to mark the book. I couldn't find sharpener. And the class is about to start. At that moment, I was frantically looking for a pencil. Where is the pencil? Where? And that's when suddenly the thing strike. What realization I got this morning? At that moment of final moment of death, We think we have it. At that moment, we may not have it. Just a simple tiny pencil. I've been looking frantically when all the while I have pencil all over my house. But at that critical moment, I couldn't find a pencil. So after I found the pencil, a kind of relief came in my heart. So it's like some people say, I want to have fun first and practice bhakti later. Like that, it doesn't work. Things may look simple, but ultimately, that can be a big thing at the final moment of life. So we have to be always prepared. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the great preparation for that. Every single day, 5 days a week, all right? And for the next 3 years to 5 years, can make our consciousness really absorb in full Krishna consciousness. Do you understand my reasoning, Mataji, Prabhus? It makes sense or not?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Makes sense, huh? Yeah. So
Yes,
just
Prabhu.
pencil. I've been looking. Hey, where's my pencil? Then I start to realize, oh my God. So what I understood today, don't take things for granted. We may not know what may happen. All right. With that thought, thank you so much for your wonderful association. Looking forward to meet all of you on the 9th March next week, Monday. So I have a satisfaction, say that we kickstart the program on Jagannath Mishra Day, a day after Gaurav Purnima. Okay. So next year we celebrate our first year anniversary on Jagannath. Every Jagannath Mishra, remember the day that we started to study Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. So with that thought, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to all the devotees who have joined here. Saki Mataji, Nagaran Chalaya Prabhu, Nanda Devi Mataji, Lavanya Mataji, Banu Mataji, Karpia Saras Mataji, Muru Mataji, Viknaraj, Gandhi Mataji, Shobha Mataji, Mangala Rukmini Mataji, Samsung SM. I'm not sure who's the person. I think because Shobha started there, maybe this is different, right? Purna Rupini Mataji, Rajendran Prabhu, Mataji Valiama, Sadguna Mataji, and Cheong Fuk Weng, Chaitanya Daya. All right, his name is Chaitanya Daya. Das Prabhu, my humble obeisance to each and every one of you. Looking forward to meet you on 9th. Till then, have a beautiful weekend. And before we start, at least try to read here and there. Okay? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhubhyevacha, Paditanam Pavinebhyo,
Vaishnevyo, Namo Namaha.
Srimad Gantra, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila
Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai.
Thank you,
Gaura
Prabhu.
Premanand.
Hare Krishna. Have a nice day.
You too.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna
very much,
Prabhu. Thank you,
Prabhu.
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhu, Rajendran
Prabhu.
Mataji Valyama Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna, bro. Welcome.